Boy, Trump out here getting shot at and shit. Niggas die every day, B. Let me see that letter. Let me see that letter real quick. Let me see that fire stick. I think I had one. I can't find it. Put that shit right back on. Get another 100,000 views off of that shit. I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all think that I should go back and put them back on the Jumbotron? I'm asking them if they think I should put them back on the Jumbotron. Trump. Dedicate a whole day to this nigga so that they fucking just watching his ass. That's what y'all want to watch. Let me know. Hey boy. I think I know what to do. It's crazy, right? Because we make croutons with toasted bread, and then we make stuffing with dry bread. Ain't that some shit? Fucking crazy ass fuck. This shit is crazy. What is wild? What those? Want some 100,000 off of that fucking bullet? They'll be like, did I do good? They're gonna be like, hell yeah, you did good, Trump. They're gonna be like, yeah, I know. They told me to turn my head at exactly that moment. I knew. I was like, if you turn your head a little too late, it's gonna be over. We're not gonna be able to save you. But if you turn it just enough, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm smoking on some, I think it's GG number 4. What you smoking on? Smoking on gas. You like smoking rocks with dead grass, bro? If you don't stop, you know damn well you don't. You lying your ass off. And I'm smoking on dead presidents. Where are you? You got to mix with roach spray? Word? The hot acid, that's just some gas, right? You smoking a chemically balanced fucking blunt that's ready to blow you out your fucking rocker, that's right. Smoking roaches with gas. Roach spray with motherfucking, what you call it, grass mixed, right, with rocks. Smoking on dead people. Get it in here now. You want to get your stuff and going, right, fellas? Word. That's right. I mix mine with motherfucking crack cocaine, baby. A little bit of motherfucking GMOs. And some motherfucking fluoride. Woo! You get your goddamn stuffing. That's what you gotta stuffing. Now you're cooking shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Your boy Day get crazy in the kitchen. They call me Chef Boy Day. Give me a Glock and a motherfucking spatula and I'm good. A Glock and a spatula and I'm good. My son got what? He be like, pew! That nigga Trump gotta have a big ass gauge in his ear now. For the rest of his life, they're gonna be looking at him like, what the fuck happened there? He's gonna be like, you see that picture? You see what they tried to do to me? They tried to splatter my batter. They tried to push that orange nigga back, right? They almost dead too. They're gonna have to wait another 12 years before they try to assassinate. Bro fucked up. You gotta have to wait fucking another lifetime in order to catch another one like that. What y'all think? Y'all think Trump would have survived that bullet if it would have hit his ass? Like, if it would have really went through?
Nah.
It would have fucked him up, right?
If it was looking straight, that would have been a wrap.
It would have been a wrap. We would have had a dead 45 on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro. Next time niggas talk shit, y'all know what the fuck to do. Just look sideways. Don't look Just look sideways. Always look sideways. You never know who might try to hit y'all, right? How y'all doing? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm making some stuffing. I already made some chicken. I made some grilled chicken. I made that grilled chicken. Make grilled chicken for y'all. Grilled chicken. I cut it up already. It's in the oven because it's in the oven. It's the only place to keep it safe from all these little flying fuckers. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let me know what y'all think down below about how my son Trump survived that shit. My son was mad. He was mad as fuck. He was like, oh, dude, y'all trying to shoot me. He was like, yeah, we missed. That old son of a bitch got away again. Oh, man. I can't believe they tried me, bro. Oh, look. Fucking croutons. Love these things. My food's almost done. Just came and kick it with y'all for a couple hours. How y'all doing? Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for joining in on me right now. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm cooking, and then I might go back and live stream some more of that Trump shit. Gotta see what's happening with my son. Daily updates and shit, you know? Matter of fact, I might fuck up. Come here. I'm gonna take y'all with me right now. Come here. Yeah, y'all wanna watch Donnie? Here's Donnie. Let's find some Donnie. What y'all want to see? Talk to me. Drop some comments down below. How's that day going? My son Trump, he out here. He survived that shit. That was a close call. Unbelievable. Dead ass. That's how close it was. My son was like, woo! That shit said, woo! That nigga gotta have a gauge like this big in his fucking ear. They ain't gonna know what to do with him. You know, whoever put that hit on him is mad. They paid that boy like 20,000. I guarantee you, like 20, 30,000 just to fucking shoot at him. But let me know what y'all think. Like, y'all think that shit was right or not? Cause I don't condone violence, and I damn sure don't condone violence against our president. Like, come on. Yeah, y'all know what y'all doing. Let's find it. I'm gonna put it on for y'all again, all right? Thank you for joining in on me. If y'all just joining in, I'm about to play the Trump shit again. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because it helps me out with the algorithm. But, hold on, wait. I got something for y'all right now. Yeah, I got something for y'all. I got something good for y'all. It ain't that, though.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
We're watching here live this event happening over in Pennsylvania, and it seems like popping sounds over in the background. We've had Secret Service members kind of have former President Donald Trump dug there from the podium. I'm going to pump up the audio so we can keep listening into this happening right now.
You ready? I got you. Let me get my shoes. Hold on, your head. So we're gonna move to what's up?
This is a CBS News special report. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois. We are coming on the air now because Pennsylvania's Governor Josh Shapiro, you can see him right there, and law enforcement about to give an update on the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Let's listen in.
I've just come from a briefing with the FBI and the Pennsylvania State Police. I'm joined today, of course, by Colonel Christopher Paris of the Pennsylvania State Police. Law enforcement will have more to share throughout the day, but I'd like to make a few comments separate from the ongoing investigation. First and foremost, the assassination attempt on the former president, Donald Trump, last night was absolutely unacceptable and tragic. Lori and I are grateful that the former president is safe and, according to him and his team, is fine. It's also important to note that last night, 3 of our fellow Pennsylvanians were shot, 1 fatally and 2 in critical condition. I've just spent time speaking to the families, and I want to offer my prayers and the prayers of all 13 million Pennsylvanians for the 2 individuals who are being treated at this time. We lost a fellow Pennsylvanian last night, Corey Comparator. I just spoke to Corey's wife and Corey's 2 daughters. Corey was a girl dad. Corey was a firefighter. Corey went to church every Sunday. Corey loved his community. And most especially, Corey loved his family. Corey was an avid supporter of the former president and was so excited to be there last night with him in the community.
Let me know, y'all have a advertised, bitch?
Corey's
Yeah,
wife,
but
if it would be okay for you to share that we
Long
spoke.
stroke?
She said yes. She also asked that I share with all of you that Corey died a hero. That Corey dove on his family to protect.
Oh, another person died. Interesting.
Corey was the very best of us. May his memory be a blessing. Last night was shocking for this community, for this Commonwealth, and I know for this country. Political disagreements will never, ever be addressed through violence.
Come on, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe.
But we need to use a peaceful political process to settle those differences. This is a moment where all leaders have a responsibility to speak and act with moral clarity. Where all leaders need to take down the temperature and rise above the hateful rhetoric that exists and search for a better, brighter future for this nation. It's the work that I try to do every day here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And that's the work that falls to each and every American right now. And so I ask that you join me in prayer for the two Pennsylvanians who are in critical condition. That we continue to wish for a full and speedy recovery and pray for the former president. And the Commonwealth family remains in our thoughts and prayers. They have some very challenging times ahead of them. They will have an empty seat at the dinner table for the rest
I
of
love
their
my girl,
lives.
bro. She comes over, she makes a big ass mess, and then she leaves. I love that. Gives me something to do tomorrow. Clean up after her ass. What's going on, guys? Come on. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's get them likes out there. What y'all think about this fucker?
Answer any questions regarding the ongoing investigation. I trust that the FBI and the Pennsylvania State Police will keep you posted throughout the day.
No, they won't.
Days ahead as to
They never do.
the investigation.
There were some concerning items that the police had found in the suspect's vehicle. Do you have any update on those? And are you confident at this point the threat is over, that he acted alone, and that the public isn't...
What y'all think? Come on, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
Throughout the day. I have not spoken directly to the former president.
Well, you should. You fucking got shot in your state, so you're looking a little sus.
Last evening, 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
with the people of Pennsylvania, I know we're praying for him, and again, according to his team and himself, it seems as though he will be fine, obviously, relatively speaking. And we're glad to see that violence is
Pray for that,
not
Nick.
acceptable.
He's
I should
alright,
also
though.
let you know that
He's
I
got a
did speak
permanent
to
gauge hole.
President Biden, who called me last night to make sure that here in the Commonwealth we had all the resources we needed. I assured him that we did. At the time, he had yet to speak to President Trump. I think they connected later in the evening, a meeting that he was trying to reach out to the former president. I think that was the ongoing thing.
Come on, guys, get that likes up, get them subs up.
We have no unmet needs at this time, and we're working in concert with our federal partners, and I let the president know that. I spoke to the family of one of them, and the other left a detailed message, and I'm not going to get into their status. That will be shared by the Pennsylvania State Police and the family later today. Can I say, I just missed the last part of what she said. directed that flags be flown at half-staff in Corey's memory, and our chief of staff is working through that process now. My message to all Pennsylvanians, my message to all Americans is to be firm in your beliefs, to believe what you believe, to advocate for what you believe, and to be engaged in the political and civic process, but to always do so peacefully. To remember that while we may be Democrats or Republicans, above all else, we are Americans. And if you look at the story of this great nation over the last 248 years, a nation that was born right here.
Come on, guys, get them likes up, hit that sub button, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
Justice, advocating for change, and doing so peacefully. And those who have advocated for such change peacefully, they have been the ones to bring that about. We have to remember that even in these times where there are real divisions, that we have to address those divisions through engagement in the political and civic process in a peaceful manner. That is incumbent upon all political leaders of all parties, and it is incumbent upon the public. I will tell you that notwithstanding the tragedy that we saw last night here in Butler, the awful tragedy, that every day when I'm around Pennsylvania,
Drop the ashtray and I dropped half of my liquor.
people who do have fervent beliefs, people who do have passionate beliefs.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on them notifications, help me out with the algorithm. Appreciate it. I love y'all.
Even those that they might have differences from. We need to learn from our history in this Commonwealth and in this country, and we need to bring our better angels forward and carry that forward into this political season. I'll take one more. Yes.
And if I've learned anything this year, it's that none of us, not a single one of us, not even me,
It's safe.
ever in the fight.
His wife shared with me that he did want his family to protect them.
Yo, Mary J. Blige said that and then started dancing to the song. She a OG for that.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, it helps me out with the algorithm.
Josh Shapiro there, appealing to Americans' emotions in this very tense and intense moment right now to appeal to our better angels, disagree peacefully. He also talked about the one man who died in this shooting yesterday. He called out his name, Corey Copper-Latour. He called him a girl dad, a firefighter, an avid Trump supporter. He talked about his wife and how she said he died a hero, giving his body over theirs to protect them in that really intense and uncertain and dangerous moment. They called him a hero, the very best of us. Now, he did bring in a few nuggets in terms of the investigation, like who was this shooter and why did he do it. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Nicole Scandler right now, and we have some reporting, Nicole, in terms of what was found in this gunman's car and what he planned.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up.
To do it.
Helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Turn on notifications. Every time I go live, we go live.
CBS News as explosive or incendiary. On the gunman's person, there was a device appearing capable of triggering or initiating those devices in the vehicle remotely. So a lot of concern about just beyond the weapon, that AR-style rifle. That
Oh, boy, what's wrong?
a separate attack with the vehicle and the gunman. And so we're also learning from law enforcement a little bit more about that weapon. Two law enforcement sources tell CBS News that the gun was purchased legally by the father of the suspect. Now, we don't know the timeline on that just yet. But like I said, we know it's an AR-style rifle, a semi-automatic weapon, a very high-powered weapon. We know that this individual
have a scope.
shot.
Yeah, of course, nigga. You know it did,
Fuck, did he
baby.
mess with the scope?
You know it did, bro.
Could have been hindsight. Even then, I would still would have hit him hindsight.
You know
Look
that
how
shit.
close, bro.
This is a very
Look how close that is. Approximately 400 feet, my nigga.
Bro, it's
How
within
they
400
not see
feet.
him? How they not see him?
He seen him. He seen him. That's why he got
probably
looking. He was
kept
like,
looking that
wait a
way.
second. Hold on. I know that's the nigga on top of the road. He was in the middle of the
One
speech.
of my guys.
That nigga was in the middle of the speech. He was like, he wanted to say something, but he ain't want to break character.
He probably saw the muscle flash.
Oh, yeah.
That shooting not far
Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Sub up. Turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm.
County bomb squad vehicle go to the home of that tracks with Nicole
devices, incendiary devices that were found in his car.
I'm trying to make it seem like this nigga had a fucking bazooka in his car.
He graduated from a local high school here in 2022. He was a registered Republican and previously made a small donation to a Democratic-aligned group. And at this time, there are no links to any foreign terrorism groups.
He might as well been. The way he acted, nigga, that was some terrorism shit. Come on, hit that like button, sub up. Turn notifications, it helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
But said he never suspected that he was capable of carrying something like this out, Maurice.
And Charlie, you look at his photo, 20 years old, a kid, quite frankly, to wreak this much havoc on our nation as we try to make this sink in. We heard from some neighbors last night. They were evacuated. They were told by a couple of officers that told us that there were concerns about there being a bomb inside his house, and they were evacuated. They said they may come home at some point this afternoon. What are you hearing on that front?
I think clearly this investigation far from over, but we have not seen any neighbors coming and going. Typically, when there is a large law enforcement investigation like this, you'll see neighbors peek their heads out. And inside that perimeter, which is right behind us, we haven't seen any of that. We've not seen cars coming and going, which would lead you to suggest or to believe that people are not in their homes yet. Again, we just saw that bomb squad coming within the last couple of hours.
I bet you next time they say, was there good people on both sides? He gonna say, hell no. He gonna say, hell no. There was good people on both sides. Really? So there was good people on both sides when they shot your ass? Hell no. That shit was real. Hit that like button, sub up. I appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. Come on, guys. I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. I'm giving y'all step-by-step plays. What's going on with here?
There are three things that are most on the minds of convention organizers: the schedule, the security, and the speeches. Let's start with security. There is already a very large hardened perimeter around the Fiserv Arena. That's typical for Democratic or Republican national conventions, has been for decades. There is some sense here.
Bro, how did this nigga? How? Now, my only main question is, how? Not why, because we already know why. The why is very fucking understandable. He clearly hated them. But the how? Guys, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below. What y'all think? How the fuck did he get away with this shit? Damn near. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
On former President Trump's life, Republicans will use this moment to talk about not only the threats to the former president, but they believe the larger threat to the future of our country. Those speeches will reflect.
Well, yeah, y'all got mad fucking sleeper cells in here now.
Amid all the calls for taking the temperature down.
Fucking border's been wide open like a bitch that's been in heat this whole damn time, bro. And they won't worry about it now. Well, what the fuck you expect?
Let's bring in CBS News Senior White House correspondent Mija Jang at the White House. Mija, the president's scheduled to speak in about an hour.
Asia took an hour. She got a strong jaw. Look at that shit. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Come on, guys.
The National Security Advisor, the Secretary of Homeland Security, as well as the directors.
Come on, guys, sub up. Hit that like button. Notifications on.
We don't know, Maurice, yet the scope of how this will impact his official schedule. But on the campaign side, we know that they have suspended all political activity. They have paused any outbound communications and pulled television ads because President Biden and his team right now say they are focused on lowering the temperature, and he is serving in the role as commander-in-chief, as consoler-in-chief. We also know, Maurice, that he spoke by phone with the former president
yesterday, and a White House official tells CBS News that that call was, quote, good, short, and respectful. So not a lot of details, but we know it was a cordial call, and again, it was something that the president mentioned when he spoke to the nation last night, saying that it was important to him that he be able to connect with the former president. So again, at 1:30 p.m., in less than an hour, we expect him to give a full update after he received one in the Situation Room. Maurice.
And Rita, I'm sure it's lost on no one, absolutely no one, that just 24 hours ago, having a different conversation about the president's mental acuity, his ability to simply function, and now this.
And Maurice, publicly, those conversations have halted because, again, there is so much focus right now on what he has to do in his capacity as president. And it's to be determined whether those conversations continue privately and how that could impact his political future moving forward. But certainly campaign sources also pointed out that for now, that is not what people are talking about.
Most certainly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And we will bring you those remarks from President Biden in less than an hour, 1:30 Eastern Time. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7 with local news, and tonight on a special edition of the CBS News with Laura O'Donnell from Milwaukee. This has been the CBS News Special Report. I'm Maurice Dubois in New York.
Ooh, this fucking food's gonna be good, guys. Hit the like button, sub up, turn on notifications for more content. I appreciate it. I love y'all.
And the best part, it's completely free with no ads. That's right, 0 ads. You gotta try it out.
Fuck up, remote. Come on, guys, hit the like button, sub up, turn on notifications for more updates.
It's a psychological interview that you're doing. You're sort of being my psychiatrist. I've watched your show a lot over the years. See people break down, oh, they start crying on the show. I said, that's never happening to me.
There's an addiction to revenge. Nobody would fault you. You say, it ends here. It ends with me. What do you say to yourself when the crowds aren't cheering? What is the hardest, darkest moment?
I don't think I've ever said this on air before.
Dr. Phil. Fuck.
Last week, 12 jurors deliberated for 2 days and rendered a verdict finding Donald Trump.
We're not gonna watch that. We're gonna watch this. We want live news.
This matter very, very serious to take public safety very, very seriously. And I've been so pleased to work in collaboration, not just with the United States Secret Service, but also with local law enforcement and public safety on the ground here. As was mentioned, we're joined by the chief of the fire department, Aaron Lipsky, who's a great partner. And we're also joined by the chief of the Milwaukee Police Department, Jeffrey Norman, who's been a great partner as well. We're going to bring in law enforcement officers from not just across the county, but across the United States to help out with public safety here. Let me just reiterate a couple of regards. This is in essence a national special security event. It is the highest designation you can get for a security event of its size and magnitude in the United States. We have a designation and we'll continue to make sure that public safety is taken out here in this community. With that in mind, I'll take the opportunity to pass it over to the Chief of the Milwaukee Police Department, Chief Jeffrey.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson. 18 months. 18 months these plans to put in place. Regardless of what we're going to have this today. This is a collaboration between federal, state, and local. But beyond just the law enforcement community, this is a collaboration between our executive leaders from both local, state, and also national. But also we have engaged community. We have workings with our community members in regards to ensuring the safety of this event. While we cannot talk about the operational plans, I can say from the CEO of the Milwaukee Police Department, this local police department here, I'm very comfortable in regards to the plans.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications for more.
Not where we
just kind of going over Peru's actual planning together. As you can see, in regards to my fire side, also from the county side, in regards to the type of collaboration. The collaboration is real. As the mayor said, this is a national special security event. Can't get any higher than that in regards to that particular type of designation. And so I just want to reassure not only our community, the great community, those in
That like button, sub up, turn on notifications. Helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Come on, guys.
we got this. Thank you.
Please just place a hand up. We'll call on you. Please make your turn. One question, one follow-up. Name your name and outlet beforehand. We'll give your cities. So, we're going to start right here on the left.
Come on, guys. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I
Secret
appreciate it.
Service is the RNC coordinator, so that is my purview. Any questions regarding yesterday's event can be directed to our public affairs office out of DC.
Right, and it's not, this is the first time.
So again, I'm the Secret Service's RNC coordinator, so I can speak to the RNC security planning. I'd refer any questions regarding yesterday's incident to our DC public affairs office.
Yes, ma'am. Mark Meredith, Fox News. I'm curious, obviously, you don't want to talk about what happened in Pennsylvania. Have you had to change your security posture at all here? And if so, how? Is it a small percent change? Is it looking at over everything once again? And then a follow-up question would be, just in terms of resources, I know you mentioned 18 months has been going into this. Do you feel like you had all the resources you needed to get to this point today, or do you feel like more close?
So as Mayor Johnson and
Come on, guys. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
Security designation that the federal government can determine. So we are confident that the security plans that are in place for this event and we're ready to go. It's been an 18-month process. We've worked together over that 18 months to develop operational security plans for any and all aspects of security related to this event.
But did it change within the last month? Did any change been made in the last month?
We're not anticipating any changes to our operational security plans for this event. I have not had any conversations regarding that, so I can't speak to that. I have not had any conversations regarding that, so I can't speak to that.
Is the Secret Service currently anticipating or currently planning to expand the perimeter?
We're not anticipating any changes to our current security footprint program.
Including allowing firearms into the soft perimeter as it is right now?
Anything in the soft perimeter is
Come on,
not.
guys. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm.
Former President Trump, his family, the convention goers have confidence in the U.S. Secret Service to secure this site here for the next 4 days after this life was nearly taken yesterday.
So this event has been designated as a national special security event, which is the highest level of security for an event that can be designated by the government. So this is a whole of government approach. We've had an extensive planning process to include many organizations building out the operational security plans for any and all aspects of security related to this event.
Have you had the resources you need?
Yes, we are fully prepared and have a comprehensive security plan in place, and we're ready to go.
Why are you not expanding?
So we're confident in the current plan that we have. It is based off of technical assessments, protective intelligence, and we are continuously monitoring information related to the event. So we're confident in the plans that we have, and we're moving forward with those plans.
And why are you not concerned that there are firearms within that zone?
So again, the Secret Service inner perimeter is our primary jurisdiction, so I would defer any questions related to outside of that zone to my partners here on the stage.
So one of the things I've understood in regards to the inner perimeter, it's the largest inner perimeter that has been part of the convention, to my understanding. Maybe I have to get that clarified. And so that is one important point to be able to understand in regards to what that level of security about what the inner perimeter looks like. In regards to the ability to carry a firearm outside of the inner perimeter, again, our state law allows for the particular right to carry a firearm. We as a city cannot legislate out of that, and I don't know if our mayor wants to speak on that anymore in regards to that. And so for we, in regards to our law enforcement aspect, we have to operate within those guidelines. Unless it's something that is against state law, we have to respect Second Amendment right to carry a firearm, especially in regards to open carry or carrying concealed with your license. And so that is a, again, it's an issue that we have to navigate, and I will say this, and I've said this many times, as that is your right, please exercise your right in a responsible manner. Please ensure that the behaviors that we would like to see for those with that responsibility aligns with that responsibility. Walk Police Department will not tolerate any particular behaviors outside of what is legally allowed in regards to that right.
Thank you, Chief. And just to reiterate what the Chief said, local ordinances in the state of Wisconsin do not supersede state law. Wisconsin is an open carry state, and therefore the city of Milwaukee and no other jurisdiction of this state will supersede.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications, help me out with the algorithm. Let me get this message out. Important. Food's almost done. It's literally almost done. They had that nigga outside, like he couldn't get touched. He was talking, and the white boy was like, "Huh, I'm plotting." Got the wrong one. That shit gonna be the meme for 2024. Into 2025. Every time you hear somebody say something, you gotta hear, you got the wrong one, and then you're gonna think of it.
You already know they're making shirts already. They already got thousands of shirts in production.
Before that shit even happened, bro, they already had the shirts in process.
Not before, but
That ass.
The moment he did this with blood on his cheek and someone snapped that picture,
that shirt was made.
Yup, they were making shirts. That's
Come on, guys, hit that like button, turn on the notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. Yeah, that shit was going 100 miles an hour at that point, bro.
I guarantee you his next rally, niggas gonna have shirts like that. Shirts
I'll buy one. I'll buy one on everything. I'll buy one.
Yeah, that's American as fuck, nigga. Someone clapped at you and you live.
For real.
I survived that, bro. That's American.
What the fuck? You can't get any more better than that.
Now we can relate. Now I can relate. I can relate to that president.
He just needs to get shot.
That and live like me.
That nigga needed to get shot. That's all.
You got shot. You one of us now.
For real, he said, "It's American, baby."
Currently, there are no known articulated threats against your arms here.
It was your air. Hey, man, next time it could have been your ass. Just be grateful. Be grateful, dude.
He was looking right
at him,
bro.
Bro.
He's seen the muzzle flash.
He's seen that. Yo, you know how in Call of Duty they got the little glare from the fucking lens? He's seen that shit.
What is that? Nah, they
He's
still
seen the
ain't
glare.
showing the weapon though. They still ain't showing.
I know they're not gonna show it until tomorrow or fucking Tuesday. They'll show it on Tuesday, I guarantee you. On Tuesday they'll have a picture of it. They'll have a picture of all his gear. They'll have a picture of his fucking car. They'll have a hate letter or some
I just
shit.
wanna see what, if
Me
he
too.
had a scope and what kind of
I know he had a scope. I know he had a scope. He was this fucking. If Trump didn't turn his head at that exact moment, he would have had him.
that far, bro.
Exactly. He would have had him. If Trump didn't turn his head a fucking
But he
quarter
wasn't
million.
that far at that
Yo.
distance. Yo, I could hit him with my red dot at that
Very great
distance.
responsibility related to
I can hit him with my red dot at that
Nigga,
distance. So
I
what
hit a
kind of
fucking,
scope?
I
Does
hit
he
a
have
clay
a
target at
2-time
that distance, bro.
Does he have a 2-time zoom in scope, 5-time zoom in scope? Did he have an ACOG? Did he have just a regular red dot?
They
Or
gotta
was he
show us
using
it.
eyesight? That's what I want
What
to
kind
know.
of weapon do y'all think he used?
Did
Let
he
me know in
have
the comment
sights
down
on it
below.
or not? Everyone knows he used an AR-15, bro.
Like, what kind of
But
fucking
what
sight
sights
did he have on it?
it?
Yeah, for real. Because if he took that shot with an iron sight,
Nah, I'm thinking iron sight. That'd be the only reason why he got so close but still missed. Other than that, if he had a red dot or anything else, either he didn't zoom it in properly,
no.
he didn't zero
Yeah,
it in properly,
if that was the case, then he really didn't zoom
or
that
it
shit
was
in.
his trigger squeeze. He was nervous to take that
Hit that
shot.
like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps get me past the algorithm. I appreciate it. Come on, we got 15 people in the lobby right now. Get it up. That nigga missed by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Bro. This shit gonna go down in American history. You know that, right?
So the ordinance that I'm referring to that we passed proactively at the local level, which is by the way the same.
This liquor smells amazing, by the way. This Christian Brothers.
In preparation for the Democratic National Convention.
Come on, baby. Yeah, hit the like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm.
Is an ordinance that
Let me get this message out.
individuals to bring in to the outer perimeter. Hard items.
They didn't even take a shot at Obama like this, and he was the first black president. They knew not to try that
He
shit.
didn't also piss people off. Like, he didn't talk
Yeah, for
manners
real.
that fucking, you know.
That nigga guy, yo, how you get your own kind mad enough to take a shot at you? Bro, oh, everything. God damn. That nigga was mad. He was like, today's the day, nigga.
So there's no specific or articulated threat to the RNC or any specific individual attending. As you'd expect after the event yesterday, we've seen an uptick in social media, chatter, people talking about what happened, and we as the lead for all intelligence matters related to the RNC, the FBI, we evaluate all of that to make sure that it trends into criminal activity or threat-based information. We evaluate that and again disseminate it out to our federal and state partners for action.
Delegates and group of visitors, but a level of fear following what happened yesterday. Beyond the fact that you guys have planned for this for 18 months, what's your message to them about safety and security?
So I'll take that on. As we talk about these particular type of plans, especially in regards to what we've seen across the nation and what we're doing here, I don't know if we're comparing events in the same manner. What we've seen in regards to the past are, again, rallies or town halls. They don't receive the same level of support this event receives. And that's maybe hard to kind of wrap around in regards to the type of resources being invested in this particular community. Again, we cannot talk about the operations of it. But as the leader in this community, I've seen the work. We've been working together, again, not only from the standpoint of the federal level, but again, my local partners, and seeing that type of investment in regards to what is being done. We are planning as much as we can plan in regards to what we know, and we're looking for what we don't know, but we are planned and actually ready with the resources. This is our community too. And looking at it from the standpoint of, I want to make sure that they understand we see you, we understand this is something of a concern, and we are ensuring that we're going to put the proper effort, the proper type of communication, which is why in this particular forum is why we're having it, to ensure that there is a communication from this collective group. We're working as hard as we can, around the clock, putting forth the effort that's necessary, not only for this RNC, but for our city. As the chief executive of our police department here, it's important that we are also understanding the concern in our city. So this is for those who are attending the RNC, But we are taking care of this city. Period.
All right, we're just listening there to that briefing that we got earlier today. A U.S. Secret Service who is conducting security and providing those measures in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention. Live now look on your screen there at the airport. We saw that Trump Force One, excuse me, how he refers to it as, it just landed down there in Milwaukee for the RNC. Trump is saying that he was going to move up his trip to Milwaukee and be there just in time for that Republican National Convention after that very scary moment that we saw yesterday at a rally being held for him in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'd like to thank you all for joining us on this Sunday. It's July 14th. I'm your host, Carla Jara, here to continue our coverage regarding the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. I was here on the desk with you all when all of that happened yesterday, so we are just past 24 hours from that incident, and we've had so many developments since then. We know that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, President Biden will address the nation in the Oval Office. We are looking forward to that, and we'll carry it in full live as it gets underway. We will also have expert analysis and commentary throughout this evening, looking ahead to the Republican National Convention again, starting tomorrow. We do have this, a live look inside of Pfizer Forum, where that RNC is going to be taking place. And let's continue on now with an analysis of that press conference that we did just hear from the U.S. Secret Service and all of their security measures ahead of this big event over in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'd like to bring to the conversation now national security analyst, also an expert in counterterrorism measures, our friend here, Hal Kemper. Hal, always good to see you. You were on with us yesterday, right when all of that chaos ensued at that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the former president was grazed by a bullet on his right ear, left bleeding, and all of the outrage that has poured out since then. I would like to focus this conversation, though, however, on the Republican National Convention. It's the next big event that we're expecting. The former president is going to be there. As you saw, he did land in Milwaukee just moments ago. And I think that one of the most surprising things that we heard from that briefing from the Secret Service was that there are no changes planned to how they're going to operate during this entire event. Let me hear your thoughts.
Correll, that was a fascinating press conference. At first I was like, okay, good. And then I started hearing, I heard what you heard, which is, no, we're not making any plans. We've been doing this for 18 months and everything else. I'm like, whoa. First off, somebody did not get training in how to do press conferences. Their public information training was pretty bad. I've only been involved with this issue of national security events, special security events, NSSEs, since they came about, since their inception after 9/11. So, look, it's a dynamic process. The threat assessment process within the NSSE construct is dynamic. It's ever changing. There is nothing static about what they do. Now, they've been working on this for at least 18 months. I'm sure they're very proud of what they've accomplished. They may feel very confident that their plan is addressing everything, but you can't erase what happened yesterday. It did happen, and it does impact what's going on in Milwaukee. Obviously, what's going on in Milwaukee is centered on the the attempted assassination target, if you will, from yesterday. So what they should have been saying is that they are incorporating all the lessons learned from yesterday. They're rapidly trying to figure out what happened, motivations, tactics, techniques, procedures, everything else to figure out if there's any potential threat and adjusting everything. But that is not what they said. What they said was, we got a plan and it's good.
The like button, turn on the notifications. Come on, sub up.
I think that they did what press conference is supposed to do with these events, which is to reinforce or instill public confidence. I felt that was a mistake. The other thing that kind of jumped out at me was kind of interesting. This is something, it didn't used to be this way. The FBI has the lead jurisdiction for investigating terrorism overall. And with these events, when they initially started, the FBI would be the lead for security for these events. Around 2002 time frame, around the time of the, but sometime before the Salt Lake City, it was after 9/11, after the Salt Lake City Winter Olympics, the decision was made to put the Secret Service in charge of security. It seemed to be a pretty intuitive decision because what the Secret Service does, a big part of what they do, is security. That's their focus. And the FBI, their big focus is on investigations. They are the premier investigative organization, so it made sense to put the premier security organization for the federal government in charge of security. All right, and one can argue, well, maybe they should put the military in charge. And believe me, all of this stuff was discussed at the time. But Secret Service took the lead seat. So with that, they put them in charge, but that does not absolve them of staying completely engaged with the intelligence side. That was another thing that came out of this particular investigation or particular conference, that the FBI special agent in charge kind of made it sound like he was in charge of all the intelligence that was affecting the NSSC. And technically, yes, he would be the lead for intelligence, or the FBI would be the lead for intelligence matters, though, with various different types of threats that impact it, but it doesn't change the overall construct of who's in charge, which is the Secret Service, nor does it leave the Secret Service from being engaged with everything, because intelligence drives operations. Intelligence drives the plan, if you will, of whatever they're doing. And if they have to adjust the plan, that should be intelligence driven. So that's just not what was coming out of that press conference. Maybe it was, they weren't speaking in a way that expressed what was actually going on. But after it happened, I heard, I won't say who, but I heard another expert talking about this, and he was an expert who's listened, political, who's listened to a lot of press conferences, and his big criticism was, he says, even if you're not going to do a big adjustment of your plan, you at least address what happened yesterday and don't ignore that. And so that was a big mistake. I think they missed an opportunity there to basically reinstill or instill greater public confidence, because everybody's concerned. I mean, this just happened, and then here you have the RNC, this big event in Milwaukee, and there's a lot of concerns. The other thing too is, and I've talked about this on the air earlier, was about Milwaukee. They have the red zone and the yellow zone, if you will. The red zone is completely secure. There's supposed to be no guns. It's a high security zone, and then the yellow zone is kind of a buffer zone. It pushes out a little bit. Well, Wisconsin is an open carry state, and the mayor talked about that. He says, look, there's nothing we can do at the state level that can supersede state law. This is true, but my understanding is the governor could invoke emergency powers. The governor could cite what just happened yesterday.
Right?
Could invoke emergency powers to put a temporary.
I know it seems like a lot, but you know what? It's better than having not enough.
So they could push out that zone a little bit further, keeping people from having weapons, from getting in close to the RNC. Because right now they can't get real close, but they can get close enough, if you will. They can get fairly close because it is an open carry state. And frankly, if you have somebody with a semi-automatic weapon, whether it's a handgun or an assault rifle or something like that, I gotta tell you, from my perspective,
they sound so stupid saying that word.
I would want somebody like that waltzing around out there a couple blocks away from where we're having an event like this. And so the governor should have the power to do that. I don't know if the press conference was hinting to the governor that maybe he should evoke that power. I was kind of wondering, I was trying to read between the lines and say, is the mayor and some of the others there trying to send a very public message to the governor that this should be altered? I don't know. I wouldn't rule that out, but it was kind of an interesting way that issue came up and the way they addressed it. So there were some things that we learned about this, about the RNC that came out of this from this press conference. Again, I think if I was teaching strategic communications to Secret Service, and I do teach strategic communication to government officials, all right? I would have probably pulled them aside and had a little discussion afterwards about what they did well and then areas for improvement. And I thought there were a lot of areas for improvement in what they did. I also would have had a little discussion with them about NSSEs Another area that I occasionally teach government officials about, and how that construct actually works, and how it's supposed to work, and how it should be explained to the public that it is working. Because I think they really missed an opportunity here to do what a press conference is designed to do.
Try to push his way back.
Al, there's so much to unpack there with this answer that you gave us. Really kind of touching on all of the details that I wanted to go more in depth on. A good summary of kind of what people, I'm sure, did witness from that press conference. I'm going to use this opportunity, though, to take a quick break now that you've kind of surmised all of these points that we are going to dig into. Of course, one of those being why they really weren't kind of invoking more confidence for the public, especially after that scary event. Also, this idea that the mayor said they had banned items that they could ban, but of course, outside of the Secret Service's perimeter, if you will, it's an open carry state, so people can have their weapons. But we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to dive into all of those smaller points and talk about really the big question, which the Secret Service also didn't want to answer too much about, which is the attempted assassination that just happened yesterday. They remained very tight-lipped. A lot of the reporters there, those were the questions that they wanted answered. They wanted all of that addressed to, again, have more confidence in what the Secret Service is doing, especially ahead of this RNC. But we're going to get to all of that right after this.
In very close proximity to people being critically wounded or even killed. And if you're somebody who saw that up close and personal, maybe the experience is different than somebody who's further away, who actually thought that it was fireworks going off, or it was some type of a prank or joke until they realized that it was something that was far more serious. For the people who are most directly impacted, especially those kids who are close to where people were wounded, where these people saw death for the first time. It's something where you need to be able to speak confidentially with people you trust, to be able to talk about what you're feeling, what you experienced. In some cases, it just takes time, but you can't leave your thoughts all bottled up. That emotion can be very dangerous, whether you are a service member who goes overseas and you're on your 6th deployment and your best friend is killed right next to you, or you're a 12-year-old showing up at a political rally and someone right near you is shot and killed during this assassination attempt. Trauma hits everybody a bit differently, but for those who are impacted,
deployment member,
that they're able to talk about it with experts and to be able to get stuff out of their system, and hopefully over the course of time we don't see any long-term impacts for any of the rallies, but in a way, I think our country has experienced a permanent impact from what we witnessed.
And we're hearing, of course, that former President Trump is nearing or has already perhaps made his final decision on his vice presidential pick. The short list, of course, including J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Doug Burgum. What are your thoughts on who Trump should pick?
I haven't publicly endorsed anybody. I do believe that the president is right in wanting to pick someone who is able to be the president. That's massively important. And where people stand on issues and their work ethic and their chemistry with the president, their leadership style, that's all key. In the context of a campaign, I think that it's very important for a presidential ticket to continue to reach out into blue areas, to talk to longtime Democrat voters. We saw President Trump just in the last few weeks between his visit to the South Bronx, also go to Philadelphia, to go to Detroit and D.C. and elsewhere. I believe that the vice presidential nominee, in a way, is a big-time force multiplier for a campaign. Yes, can go headline a fundraiser, and that's important, but most importantly, can get out there into these areas where there are Hispanic voters and Asian voters and black voters and others who have been voting Democrat a very long time, but they're open to hearing conservative solutions to be able to make their lives better. So hopefully it's also somebody who's a good messenger for an agenda of what a Trump administration is ready to do in 2025.
Former Representative Lee Zeldin, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Joining us now for more is former Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism at the Department of Homeland Security, Elizabeth Newman. Elizabeth, thanks for coming back on the show. Take us behind the scenes here. The president convening his top officials in the Situation Room, briefing the American people. What do you think is happening at the Department of Homeland Security right now?
Look, they're working around the clock. They're supporting not only the investigation into what happened, though the FBI has the lead, the Department of Homeland Security
My food
has a lot
is
of
busting
assets
right
that
now,
they
guys.
contribute to support the
$3
FBI in
plates,
that
baby.
investigation. But they are also primarily responsible for securing the convention in Milwaukee. And this is something they've been
You're full
preparing
already
for
'cause you're not
2
used to eating
years.
as
The
much.
Secret Service has the lead. They're the lead federal agency, and they're coordinating
Your
across
stomach's like,
other
hold on,
federal
nigga, wait a
components of the
second.
Department of Homeland
This shit is
Security, as
good.
well as other federal agencies, state and local law enforcement agencies. It is a massive undertaking, and one in which the Department of Homeland Security is quite experienced. So on one hand, they know they're in this heightened complex threat environment. This is something they've been dealing with
Shit,
for
even I'm
several
full. I
years
ain't
now,
gonna
and
hold you.
arguably it keeps getting more and more complicated, and their security plans have taken that into account. But now we have this incident on Saturday.
Hit that like button,
when
subscribe,
they
turn
start
on
to get
notifications.
concerned that an incident like
It helps
that
me out with the algorithm. I
does
appreciate
sometimes
it.
inspire copycats or other actors to think now's the time to strike, that there's some chaos and we want to add some acceleration to it and usher in societal collapse. We have a number of extremist actors who that's their goal, is just find a way to burn it all down. And whenever you have these moments of chaos, you do worry that they might view it as an opportunity. So they're not only making sure that everybody knows the plans, they're also reviewing those plans to make sure they are as strong as they possibly can be.
And on that point, what can you tell us about political violence and how it develops?
Look, it's an interesting thing. If you were to ask this question 20 years ago, we used to think that it was so focused on ideology, that it was ideology that drove somebody to violence. And what we now understand after 2 decades of research is that the underlying driver, what really creates the opening for somebody to consider that violence is an option, is actually psychosocial. It is an unmet need for significance or belonging, often activated by some sort of crisis, some sort of situation. It could be a community-wide crisis, a societal-wide crisis, like we had with COVID, or it can be personal, a loss of a loved one, loss of a job, a recent humiliation. All of those things can activate somebody to look for a solution to those needs. And when they encounter certain ideologies or certain suggestions online that violence might solve their problems, they are in this place of vulnerability and open to those extremist narratives. And that's where we see people start to mobilize and carry out acts of violence that cause great harm.
Elizabeth Newman, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. More special coverage of the assassination attempt against former President Trump is ahead, including more about the security concerns and the investigation into how this all unfolded. Stay with us.
Food, good as hell.
Yo, get it! Good morning, America. Good morning.
That's like $10 right there, nigga. That's 3 shots.
Looked at it, so
You don't just see it, you feel it. I'm in too. I'll be there.
I'm in too. Michael George, where did you?
Why do so many people start their day here?
From ABC News, this is Start Here.
To be in the know and get a different take on the day's top stories.
A lot of news today, so let's get into it.
Listen now to the Daily News Podcast honored with 4 Edward R. Murrow Awards and see why the New York Times calls it a news podcast worth listening to. Start here, ABC News. Make it your daily first listen.
That's the part of the story that you didn't see coming.
Yeah, bro, that was like 12 shots right there just poured on the floor.
At least 5. At least 5 minimum.
Wipe your mouth,
Streaming ABC News
White shit on the corner of your mouth. Don't look
Yeah, that's the crazy.
Welcome back. As we prepare for the commencement of the RNC in Milwaukee, the investigation continues into the shooting in Pennsylvania yesterday. I want to bring in Robert Boyce, former chief of detectives for the NYPD.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm.
Law enforcement was actually alerted to a suspicious person before finding the gunman on the roof, and they tried to engage
Shit, I might do nothing but news broadcasters for the next couple days just to build my shit up.
When law enforcement gets word of a possible person with a gun?
Immediately engagement, and that's where you go with that. Immediately engage the subject, ask him to drop the gun, demand that you drop the gun, and really terminate that.
What the fuck did he just say?
That point. We don't know exactly what happened. From what I understand right now, there was an outside perimeter, and that building was past that perimeter and given to local police.
Well, they should have fucking did a 30-mile perimeter check, bro.
At that point,
Schenectady, they did that shit.
Police officer went up a ladder as he chased
every
him
block
onto a
for
roof,
fucking
and
4
that
blocks
point
was getting checked.
with that rifle. Back down, and that's when the shooting started. That's
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on the notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
That outside perimeter. And Lindsay, in an outside venue like that, you really have to stretch outside.
That food was amazing, by the way, bro.
Shut down and have frozen areas everywhere.
Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that chicken on the grill was good.
But from what I can see right now, that's an issue.
And there have obviously been calls for investigations into the security and the event and how the shooting could have happened. From a law enforcement perspective, what are some of the biggest questions that you have that you feel need to be answered in this investigation?
Sure. What you look at right now is we work very well in New York with the Secret Service. However, the New York City Police Department, we have a lot of resources, and we
Why they always
refer
back to New York? Like New York got all the answers. We don't.
So
we fucking don't.
Outside, someone breaches that outside venue. People walking around. It's not a good situation.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. Let's get this message out.
Now, I think who had the interior was the Secret Service. The outside was local police. We have to find who that was.
Robert Boyce, former chief of detectives for NYPD, thank you so much for your time. More special coverage of the assassination attempt against former President Trump is ahead, including how the tone of this year's Republican National Convention could shift, and what we're learning about security protocols there.
They call him the beauty queen killer. He's targeting young women in homes.
I am saying the one of you are the queen. Number one.
He tortured me.
How did she survive 9 days of terror?
Her word accomplice came up. Nobody knows the real story.
The beauty queen killer. Only on Hulu.
Let's go.
We are heading into the unknown.
Oh my gosh.
We just saw what no one has seen before.
It doesn't get any more cutting edge than this.
Reporting from Taylor Swift's world tour in London, I'm Will Gann. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there. You're streaming ABC News Live.
Yo.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us as we have a special coverage of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. I want to bring back in ABC's Jay O'Brien, who's on the ground for us there in Milwaukee.
Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications.
As people are
That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it, guys. Come
Well,
on.
I can tell you, there are stated themes for each night of this convention, Lindsay, but the sense we're already getting from Republicans we've talked to, from delegates we've talked to, attendees, is that if it doesn't become a major theme, at least an unstated theme of this convention, is going to be defiance. You saw former President Trump putting in a social media post that he had considered, he says, moving this convention back 2 days and then didn't because he didn't want to have a gunman or a potential assassin dictate the terms of this campaign.
Fuck them. They can't get away with that type of fucking power. They don't get that over us.
Republicans who feel exactly the same as you and I have been discussing over the course of the evening. I've talked to Republicans who are
Fuck, sure he pushed back his event him for because somebody want to act
How
stupid.
that changes the mood going forward. Jay, thank you so much. And do
Man,
want
I
to show
say
our viewers that
keep
we're
that
getting our
motherfucking
first
event.
looks at the former
Let the next
president
motherfucker try to
alive
pop up,
in
and then when he
Milwaukee.
pop
We
up,
see him
smoke his
right
ass
there.
like a
Right.
motherfucking blunt.
Being allowed in the outer security perimeter has become a major sticking point following the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. What's making it complicated for officials who want them to be banned from the area is it's about the RNC. They determine the rules at this point, and so we will see if there is any change of the guidelines and security protocols in the days and hours ahead. And that is our coverage for now. Everyone, today's ABC News Live is here for you all night with the latest news, context, and analysis. Be sure to stay tuned in right here later when we'll.
Nanny taxes? Even if you hire a sitter for $50 a week?
Didn't even know that was a thing.
It seems complicated. But HomePay can handle it all, from W-2s to payroll, and help you save money on taxes. Get the first month free. HomePay.com.
Jake Paul versus Mike Pence, July 20. I'm here in Melbourne and live only on the zone. Buy now at DAZN.com.
Boo!
The protectee, in this case former President Trump, the outer perimeter is usually filled with local state law enforcement, and I would imagine that there is
Oh, them niggas need to be fired.
After action reporting process, if you will, on what happened yesterday, and they're probably looking at how did he.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out against the algorithm. I appreciate it.
They confronted him on the roof. That he pointed as a
Take another shot, brother. We only got like 3 more left.
He was not physically in a position, he was hanging on to the ladder, not physically in a position where he could grab his weapon and return fire. So he ducked down and was climbing down the ladder. And as he was doing that, somewhere in very close proximity to that incident was when the shooter actually started firing onto the stage. So it all happened very, very fast. But the question is, how did he get onto the roof?
Woo!
Why wasn't the roof better monitored, better protected?
I mean, there's only but so much you could do outside of the perimeter, nigga. If local law enforcement are the ones that's supposed to be fucking securing the perimeter, then it's their fucking fault. It's not the CIA. The CIA is literally, or the fucking Secret Service.
They literally have one job.
Yeah, literally one fucking job.
Yeah, Secret Service, one job. It's like the president, so it doesn't matter who's in charge of what. They're in charge of all of it.
True.
So even if it wasn't,
and they should have had a wider perimeter.
Decide to walk around the corner and
I would have had a 30-mile perimeter, bro.
Nah, you can't have that.
It's your planet, and you're
That's the
overall
whole
in charge.
city.
So they're going to have
But
to take
every building surrounding the immediate area
should have been covered.
And I would imagine
A man on every roof of every building.
For real. Ass cheeks would have been planted all over that fucking surrounding, bro. At least a circle.
At that rally,
12 to at least 18 people in a fucking circle. Circumference every building around me. Make sure that this shit's safe.
A very developing
Safety.
story ahead of another major event next week. We appreciate your time today, and of course, we'll be speaking with you soon.
Okay, thank you, Carol.
All right, everyone, stick with us here on Live Now because we have so much more to get to. Of course, continuing our coverage of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. That happened just yesterday. I was here on the desk with you all, watching all of that chaos unfold over in Butler, Pennsylvania. We are also previewing and looking ahead to next week, a live look outside of the Pfizer Forum over there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Republican National Convention set to get started tomorrow. We know that former President Trump has already landed in Milwaukee. We have a couple of tweets here to show you.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. I help you out with the algorithm.
Jr. saying, happening now, President Trump has landed in the great state of Wisconsin for the 2024 Republican National Convention. And then we also have this, another tweet from Dan, kind of showcasing the video here. President Trump has arrived in
If I was Trump, I would treat. I wish a motherfucker would. That's the only tweet I would. That's the only tweet the only tweet I would send out. Like, miss me, motherfucker. I wish a motherfucker would. Nice try. Try again. They'd be mad at me. They'd be like, this nigga's a fucking show off.
The understanding that his hotel is near this area as well. So will he take this stage here tonight? Will he do a walkthrough? That remains to be seen. We will, of course, be here when that happens. But certainly this is an exciting time for people in Milwaukee. They are happy that the former president, is making his way here, Lindsay. He really wants to unite the party, and he wants to show them that he will not back down.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out against the algorithm.
That assassination attempt.
Come on.
But they are ramping back up here. And again, it's under this guise of uniting the party and not backing down. And so he feels like it's tremendously important for him to be here. In fact, he told our John Santucci that he wants to get to Milwaukee as quickly as possible. And this right here is the image that you're seeing that they're fundraising on right now to never
fundraising on. I knew it.
That he is also helping to fundraise for the victims of that shooting as well, including the firefighter.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew tragically killed.
And they could probably set that shit up himself.
Donald Trump. But in the meantime, they are taking into consideration.
Yo, try to assassinate me. I bet you will fail. What? Yeah. Nigga, I bet y'all hit your ass. Alright.
Lindsay, starting with the Milwaukee police chief, who says they will not tolerate any illegal activity at this point, and they will move quickly to stop anything from getting out of hand.
Really?
That being noted, we're hearing from the Democratic governor here, Tony Evers, who is calling on the RNC security team to change their protocol, to rethink their decision to allow weapons in what is considered the soft perimeter of this convention. Now, this is an open carry state. You can openly carry weapons, and you can carry a concealed weapon with a permit. And outside the soft perimeter, which is in within walking distance of the
Milwaukee,
here,
baby. What you mean? I could walk around without I could walk around with my gun out and not have to worry about it. Virginia,
of that ask there from the governor, but at this point, Lindsay, the RNC's Secret Service coordinator says they have made no changes to their security.
hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications.
Right now, they feel very confident. And again, this is a plan that they've had for some 2 years.
Hannah Whitworth for
as long as I can keep my gun out.
As long
as I can walk with my burner out.
Not the only state. Florida is an open carry too.
That's too fucking warm for me.
Georgia is open carry.
Yeah, I do Georgia.
South Carolina.
Yep, North
That's
Carolina.
Tension in sadness, because also today we've learned more about those victims yesterday.
Fucking Tennessee.
You can't even call Texas an open carry state. It's a Second Amendment state.
For real. Tennessee.
Earlier today is one of those saying they died a hero,
constitutional carry
on his family to protect them as those bullets rang out. They say he was a church-going man and also a very fond of former President Trump. And then we also learned about the 57-year-old David Dutch of Kensington, PA, and the 74-year-old James Copenhaver of Moon Township, Pennsylvania. Both those gentlemen were originally in critical condition, now moved to stable conditioning. So when we're talking
bro, what's up with your eyes, my nigga?
We're actually
Nah, B. What's up with his eyes?
He's got the Whitaker.
You got the Whitaker going on, guys.
Processing. Certainly, you know, we've heard.
Don't look at us. Don't look at me like that. What's wrong with you, B? I'll slap your eyes straight.
Man, you looking at me.
Slap your fucking eyes straight. Don't be looking at me sideways. Hey, yo, B, don't look at me sideways and talk out the side of your neck.
They recognize just how much of a tragedy it was. But certainly, you know, as this investigation carries out, and as we learn more about any potential.
What's up with this nigga? He keep giving me the Whitaker eye.
Tensions here in Butler and in the surrounding Pittsburgh area will be high.
And if my Google search is accurate,
yeah, your Google search is accurate. That nigga eye is fucked up.
About 13,000 people. If that is to be the case, then you imagine that everybody there knows someone who was likely at that Trump rally.
Absolutely, Lindsay, and your Google is correct. It's about 13,500 here in Butler, Pennsylvania. And so, look, I mean, this is an area where, you know, it's a Sunday night, and the Sheetz parking lot, if you're familiar with Sheetz, the gas station, I mean, this is the place where everybody's at. Because it's just one of those towns. Churches let out, and so, you know, folks are here. This is the thing kind of going on, and so many people had connections to that rally yesterday. Many people were
yeah, where they get this ugly ass black brother from? Why they didn't come up with a more handsome motherfucker? What's going on with them? Hit that like button, sub up. Turn on notifications.
Gunman is from, you know, hearing folks that knew him from high school and middle school, and there's shock there as well. This is reverberating throughout.
I'm shocked that this ugly motherfucker got away with almost damn near smoking our president.
Yeah, and a lot of people
to
just
be.
trying to process this news.
Of course, all right, Alex Bechet, our thanks to you. Joining us now with more ABC News executive editorial producer, Mr. John Santucci. John, give us a sense of what you're hearing from inside Trump's tight circle.
Well, it's interesting. There's been, I would say, a roller coaster of emotions around Donald Trump in the last 24 hours. I mean, literally around this time last night, Lindsay, there was still a lot of panic, a lot of chaos, still trying to understand what had happened. Now, I can tell you that in speaking to sources moments after that shooting, everyone was convinced that, maybe the convention's not going to happen, we'll scale it down, it'll be different. All united on this front in two ways. One, trying to tone down the rhetoric. We will talk more about that in a second. But two, full steam ahead with this convention. From Keena's reporting a few minutes ago, Donald Trump is on the ground. His family is making their way. All of them. All of Donald Trump's family, for the first time of the 2024 cycle, I do think that's important for our viewers, are going to be under the same roof. Melania Trump, Ivanka, and others. Now, what I'm told by my sources is that the president has tried very hard to get back on focus. And the big thing for him at the moment is picking a vice presidential candidate. Our sources stress,
and I had to laugh.
Formal calls have happened as of now.
Yeah, for real, baby.
But the reality changes by the minute.
I'll be a man with.
This is what he was focused on prior to everything that happened Saturday night, right? We knew Marshall Donald Trump had been described as really being in a great mood leading into Saturday's rally. He had been having private audiences with the final three contenders, if you will, for the VP race. He was looking forward to a little bit of the tease of the Saturday rally because everybody knows Donald Trump.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on the notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. Come on. I see y'all watching, but you're not hitting.
Last one before the convention, that he would spill the beans, that he would put it out there as to who this pick was. But for now, obviously, things have changed quite significantly. But
this shit is a novella, and it's good as hell, guys.
Get back on track and really not.
This is a real life novella that's unfolding in front of our eyes.
As far as turning it down a little
like,
bit, because
how much more theater can you get, bro?
But then you do have J.D. Vance. We're talking about these people on a short list for VP pick, Vivek Ramaswamy. Both of them immediately releasing statements yesterday, basically pointing the finger at Joe Biden and his campaign, saying you're responsible for this.
That motherfucker's guilty.
Donald Trump is going to kill democracy.
And it's interesting, Lindsay, after those tweets went out,
I try to get myself blown off.
And cabinet hopefuls, if you will, for a Donald Trump 2.0. I can tell you one of the first times I've ever heard this in nearly 10 years of covering Donald Trump. His senior campaign leadership, Susan Wiles and Chris LaSavita, put an internal memo to all of their staff, which ABC News obtained, telling all of them, don't engage, take the volume down, and this is pretty shocking to me covering them in 10 years, do not put anything on social media that would inflame this. Now look, everyone tries to copy the boss, as Donald Trump is referred to, right? With throwing flames and arrows and whatnot. So for the two campaign leaders, one of whom, Chris LaSavita, very active on social media himself, telling everybody, tone it down. This is not helpful. I think maybe there's a little bit of dam breaking there, but as you noted, you do have others that are still out there going back to the Trump playbook.
John Santucci for us. Our thanks to you as always. Joining us now from Milwaukee is former New York Republican Representative
that food got me full. I'm feeling satisfied, nigga.
So much for your time tonight. First off, last night will no doubt go down in the history books as a moment.
Hell yeah! Hit that like button. Notifications on. Sub up. Helps me with the algorithm.
Walk us through what you were doing and your initial reaction.
I actually had Army Reserve do this weekend. So I just finished up the day, got back to my hotel room, and
Boy Lion
alerted me that this had just taken place, put on the news, and I was just seconds after what happened, because I got that phone call from somebody who was watching it live. Your first thought, my first thought is about the safety of President Trump.
Look, he called him president. That motherfucker know he about to win. He knows. Ray, he's gonna win, bro.
Critically wounded. And as you go further beyond whether or not the threat is mitigated, which imminently is extraordinarily important, you start getting witness testimony and certain facts coming out as you learn what happened. With regards to this shooter being on a rooftop in that close proximity to President Trump to be able to get that shot off,
Three.
there are a lot of very important
They say
security
4.
questions
Some
that
say
may
6.
prompt
I
further
counted 3.
answers.
My homeboy
And
counted
we're
3, and he was in the military.
sometimes
So let me know what y'all think down below.
questions,
Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it, and I love y'all.
Any lessons that need to be learned from what
Tell
took
me though,
place
what y'all
yesterday,
think though?
They need to be learned instantly to ensure that going forward, as these rallies and other campaign events are going on, that this doesn't happen again. But first and foremost, when I heard it was about the safety of President Trump and the people around him.
And how do you think that the convention will be different as a result of this?
That nigga gonna have bulletproof glass around his ass every other time now.
Punch to many Americans.
That motherfucker gonna have that bulletproof around him, watch. He gonna have motherfucking vest on, and he gonna have bulletproof motherfucking glass around him, and they gonna be like, you a high risk motherfucking priority, motherfucker.
They feel compelled
Don't
to
you
speak
think?
up as Americans with pride in the way that President Trump responded.
Hell yeah, that was some thug shit, but everybody got scared. Everybody assholes clinched for a second. They thought that nigga got whacked. He grabbed his ear and they thought that nigga lost his life.
They jumped on him and
They thought that nigga was dead. I was on God. Even I thought he got killed. I seen that nigga grab his ear. I was like, they blew a chunk out of his neck.
had their minds made up for a long time.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
These conventions,
You're right.
there are also people tuning in for the first time.
It would have been late, yeah. He would have drunk, yeah, yup.
And his whole body would have
just went limp. He would have went limp and he would have just felt like a noodle.
That shit would have looked hella different, bro.
On live TV too. Damn, bro, was this much off? An angel's breath.
But as far as the agenda
We're not
goes,
close to that.
Yo, he was about to go down right next to John Wilkes Booth.
We're there, and people
been a
are
long
preparing for
time
a
since
convention that
someone tried
seems
to
like it's going to
assassinate the
continue.
For real, nigga, it's been like 30 fucking years.
Unfortunately, a
Yup,
tragically no
yup.
stranger to political violence yourself. During your run for governor back in 2022, a man with a sharp object charged onto the stage. You fortunately were uninjured. And later in the campaign, 2 teenage boys were shot outside of your home. At the time, you said that it doesn't hit any closer to home than this. Your twin girls struggled in the period after. What would you say to someone who was at that rally last night and is themselves now struggling with the trauma of a campaign event turned into a crime scene?
This trauma is going to hit everyone at
let's go
yesterday's
ahead.
rally.
So different.
Everyone at that rally was already supporting Trump. Now they're fucking
Super supporters.
They're indoctrinated.
That ass. They just became fucking diehards.
Yo, especially the way he stood up was like.
That nigga stood up was like, I still survived, bitch. They went crazy. The crowd went nuts.
Right there, right there.
Nigga, I had goosebumps. As soon as I seen him stand up, I was like, this nigga's a thug. He's still real life 50 Cent. The white 50.
Not bad for a rich boy.
That it was something that was far more serious.
That nigga got a permanent gauge hole in his ear. 5.56 style.
For the earring right there, bro. I'll take a 5.56 round, cut it in half, turn it into a stud earring, and put it right there. Close, not
close enough.
When you
Miss
ain't
me.
at the king, you can't miss.
You miss me, bitch. Try again. That shit brought a tear to my eye. I was so proud of him. I was like, Simpsons proved you wrong, bitch. They almost got him, baby. Simpsons was almost right by this much.
You're a 12-year-old showing up at a
Unless you believe in the multiverse theory.
That ass.
There's another
Yeah.
reality.
And we're living in it. Yup. I'm telling you, whatever it was in that multiverse went like this to the shooter, and he got distracted. It was like, and then that nigga shot was like, oh shit, I fucked up.
long-term impacts for any of the rallies, but in a way,
That nigga had to explain that shit right to the creator. You know why you're here? Well, I was in the middle of doing something.
President Trump is
I was in the middle of doing something, and then something tapped me, and I fucked up my
the short list, of course, including J.D. Vance, Marco
and now I'm here. I don't remember anything past that. It all got dark.
I think it's fucking hilarious on what the shooter looks like.
Publicly
That
He
nigga
look
got the
crazy.
massive underbite.
Yo, he looks crazy.
He look like Bubbles. He look like Bubbles.
He looks like a fucking
He's a long-haired, skinny version of Bubbles.
Bubbles, dead ass. Bubbles, we love you, but bro. What's up with your brother out here acting wild on niggas?
Chemistry with the president.
United States Bubbles.
Bubbles, American cousin. Yo, what's up with your cousin, man?
Oh, Bubbles. Hit me in the comments down below. What's up with your cousin, bro?
Massive.
You let that nigga get away with that shit. You supposed to talk him out of it, bro.
To the South Bronx, also go to Philadelphia, to go to Detroit and D.C. and elsewhere. I believe that the vice presidential nominee, in a way, is a big-time force.
I bet you. How much I want to bet? All 15 of y'all that's watching right now. How much I want to bet Trump's gonna win? How much I want to bet? What y'all win the bet on it, huh? Drop it down in the comments down below. Hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications.
Just as easy and susceptible as America is, bro, this one event is just gonna launch him into fame, bro.
It already did. It, one day, nigga, it's been not even a whole day. It hasn't been a whole 24 hours, bro. The shirt's already pushing out. The memes are already on their way.
I really appreciate it.
Nigga, what you talking about?
From dodging felonies to dodging bullets, baby. From dodging felonies to dodging bullets. You can't.
My son's the king. He moonwalking on them hoes.
What do you think is
He hit the Michael on them. He dodging felonies and
I
bullets.
was Trump right now. I feel on top of the world.
I feel untouchable, nigga. I feel like them niggas missed. I'll go out my next speech. I'll be like, y'all like how they missed that shit, right? I was looking at him.
But they are also.
I seen a little shimmer, and something said, look, and I looked, and he caught me, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
And this is something they've been preparing for 2 years. The Secret Service has the lead. They're the
My
lead
son is thugged
federal
out.
agency, and they're
That nigga dead ass, he just went like this. It was like, they said get down. He was like, oh, alright. He was gonna keep standing up.
Massive undertaking, and one in which the Department of
Right,
Homeland Security
right. That nigga looked at the CIA and was like, alright, and got down my slow.
threat environment. This is something they've been dealing with for several years now. And
I ain't never seen a nigga react so slow. That nigga looked, he got hit. He was like, that nigga said get down. He was like, alright, you right. He got
on Saturday. When
He was gonna keep on with his
concerned
speech.
that an incident like that does sometimes inspire
That nigga was
copycats
not fazed
or
by that
other,
bullet. That shit was like,
actors to think now
it,
is the
yo, it
strike
looked.
that there's,
Everything, it looked like that
chaos
nigga
in the
already
West
has seen war before, bro. The way he reacted, he was like,
we have a
He
number of
hard for not
extremist
seeing
actors
war.
who
He's never seen war.
find a way to burn it
If
all.
he seen war, he would have known exactly what that was, and he would have hit the deck real quick.
View it as
You
an
know what I'm saying?
opportunity. So
my son
they're not
reacted
That
like,
shit,
making
when
sure
it
that
whizzes by
everyone
you
knows
like
the
that,
plans,
you
the
know
plans,
in war, you
you
know
know.
what the fuck that
Yeah,
is. He
you
would
know.
have got a snapback to his old days, and
And
he
on
would
that
have
point,
hit
what can you
that.
tell us about?
He don't see
That
that.
nigga went
That's
like
why
this,
he,
it was like-
yeah, that's why he was like, what was that? And looked around like, what's going on? Because he's a civilian that never seen war, nigga. His people had to tell him, get down,
fuck down, nigga.
get down.
What's you go like this? Them niggas knew what was happening. They heard the snap before you did.
creates the opening for somebody to consider that violence
It
is
took
an
that
option.
nigga 3 seconds to say get down.
It is an
Nah, they said it right after the first shot, but it took them 3 seconds to get.
On that ass.
That's too long, bro.
That is too long.
I
In
don't
my
see
mind,
why they
nigga.
went on the stage with him.
Yeah, I'd have been like, yo, y'all know who I am, right? I need y'all right here. So once that bullet would have went by, y'all, somebody else would have took that bullet. Straight up.
To those needs. And when
That would have
they
been
encounter
someone else laying on top of me.
But you gotta
That,
give him kudos.
I give it to him. I give it
Like
to
I
him.
said, you don't know if there was a second shooter.
I know.
And they still
I know.
surrounded him. They
I
were
know.
still willing to take one.
But you know, not for nothing. Thank God that there wasn't, because nigga, it would have been over. Like you said, it would, bro would have been laying there, corpseless.
Elizabeth Newman, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
If he would have had a buddy that would have been down with him, and he would have been like, you know what? If it fucks up for me, take the shot. Oh God.
How this all unfolded. Stay with us.
It would have ended different for Trump right now. That orange motherfucker would have had his wig pushed back on the stage.
More
For
people
real.
play slots at Turning Stone for more chances to win. More jackpots like these. At Turning Stone, we're turning you.
My son Trump. Damn, bro. That nigga was close, baby.
My name is
They knew what they were doing.
Building your online business?
That white boy was mad that day. He went outside, he ain't get his dick sucked, he ain't get his dick wet. He was like, you know what? I'm taking the shot. I haven't been having no luck on Tinder or Facebook fucking dating. I'm taking the shot. Today's the day.
Violence might solve their problems. They are in this place of vulnerability and
did it for the pussy, bro.
those extremist narratives. And that's where we see people start to mobilize
she's gonna remember
and carry
me.
out acts of violence that cause great harm.
Janice, going down for you, baby.
Appreciate it. More special coverage of the assassination attempt against former President Trump.
Bro, I swear to God, if he would have had at least 2 more years of
How
experience.
this all unfolded. Stay with us.
He said, get down, damn it. He said, all right, I'm gonna get low.
And we are now
show you how to
now also getting some new details about the gunman and his background. We're learning more about him, and our Danny Freeman has been doing
Communist
so much
News
about
Network.
reporting.
Let's
So
see
Danny,
what they got.
have you learned about the gunman here in these past moments?
I shot out the gunman though. It
Well,
took
Aaron,
some
I'll start with
balls
the newest information
to be
that
20
we
years
just
old
received from
and
a
to take a
briefing
shot
that the FBI conducted
and
in the
hit
last
him
hour
and
or
miss.
so. We're talking about
Bro,
Thomas Matthew Crooks.
you
He's
got
the
my respect,
20-year-old
my nigga.
suspect,
I don't
who was
condone
accused
it,
of,
but you got my fucking
the
respect,
attempted
bro.
assassination of
You were
former
close.
President
You were
Donald
real
Trump.
fucking
According to
close.
the FBI, we now know that
You were
they
almost.
believe that he acted alone,
Bro.
and the FBI also believes
He
that
got
there's
him.
no
130
indication
yards.
of mental health
130
issues
yards,
with
bro.
Mr.
Bro,
Crooks.
he was 20 years
We also
old.
You
learned
can
in the
hit that
past
with
hour
iron
that
sight,
part of
bro.
this
He was 20 years old.
investigation is the
Nonetheless,
FBI has
if you
actually
take a shot
gotten
at the
access
You cannot
to
miss.
Thomas Crooks's
You
phone,
can't
miss.
but at
He
this
got
point,
my
they don't
respect,
have
though.
access to the
He
information
did it. He
inside
did
the
what
phone.
most
They've
people. He
shipped
did
it
what most
once,
niggas
though,
is afraid to
according
do.
to the FBI,
That's the only reason why he got my
to try and
respect.
figure out how to
He
get
did the
inside.
only thing that
And the
everybody
other
was
thing,
talking
Aaron,
about doing. He was
perhaps
like,
is surprising
man,
that
fuck
the
the
FBI
chatter.
on this
I'm about to
briefing
show
is that
y'all.
they have not
Y'all
at
want to
this
see
point
something?
identified
Do it. He
any sort
tried
of
to.
ideology that
That's
would
the
give
thing, he
clues
tried
to,
to.
again, the
He
big
tried.
question that everyone
That
has.
white boy
I
tried.
Caused
I get
this man to go to this
I
Trump
respect
event
it.
and
a little
open fire
brave.
at
He
the
brave.
former
He got
president,
hurt.
Do what he
ultimately
tried
Yeah,
to
for
do.
20 years old, he
killing
got it.
one
He
and
didn't do
injuring
it.
two
Nah.
of the rallygoers in the crowd. Now, I do want
Nah.
to just go over some of the things that
Now,
we do know.
I would have respected it a lot more.
Celebrate failure.
We
I
also
would
learned in
have.
the
I
past
would
hour
have
or
respected
so
it
that
more
Mr. Crooks
if it was a 35-year-old veteran who was a fucking Marine and just splattered his shit. Straight up, just made a mess out of him. Was like, I'm tired of all of this. We're gonna end this now. And just push that nigga shit back in front of everybody. And before the body even dropped, he would have been gone.
They were shocked and saddened.
I'd have been like, you know what, that nigga's on some SEAL Team 6 shit. That nigga hit him and left before the body even dropped. Nobody knows what the fuck just happened.
Now, the last thing, Aaron, that I'll mention is
I
just a
couldn't
few
say
of
that
the
shit
things
to
that
save
we
my
have
life.
been reporting, as you said, all throughout the day. We know that
That's
Mr.
New
Crooks
York
was
right
a
there, bro.
Right next to it, yeah.
Republican. We
Right
also
there.
know that he donated a small amount of money to a Democratic Alliance group back in 2021. And we also know that he was in possession of an AR-style rifle, which law enforcement sources tell us was actually not just obtained legally, but also traced back to Mr. Crooks's father. And that's actually how law enforcement was able to identify their suspect in the first place.
Damn,
because
bro.
Thomas Crooks was not found with any ID after the U.S.
Of course
Secret
he wouldn't
Service
be.
agents neutralized him yesterday. But again, Aaron, the big
Neutralized.
question that we
Nice
still
way
do
of saying,
have an
fucked
answer
him
to,
up.
what led him to go to that Trump campaign
AR
event
rifle.
and open
So
fire?
is it
Wasn't
an
an
AR or
AR.
not?
Everyone is
I
just
hate when
desperate for answers
civilians
here.
act
I've got to get back to
stupid.
Las Vegas
They are
situation. Of course, we
stupid.
never got
They're
those
not
answers.
fucking military
And so much
personnel.
invested
No,
on that phone,
any
as you
weapon
said,
ever
right
designed by
now at
any
Congo,
manufacturer
Virginia.
has a
So,
fucking
Danny,
name.
when
Is it
he
an
shot,
AR or
he
not?
shot to kill the
Is
former
it an
president. He
AR-10,
did kill somebody.
AR-15,
There were two
AR-12?
others.
Well, I was about to
What
say
is
that.
it?
More have you learned
Was
about
it
that?
a fucking AK? Was it?
Yeah, I know it was
So
an
Aaron, we actually just
AR-15.
got the
Yeah,
information
that
from
distance was crazy,
Pennsylvania
bro.
State Police.
Not only
I
that,
should say
but an
it is
AR-10
actually
would have
good
been a lot
information.
louder.
We now know
That
that
shit would've
And
killed
it
everybody.
would've fucked
two
them
other
up. Even
men
if he
who
missed, it
last
would've
night
fucked
were
them up more.
determined to be critically injured. Now
AR-10s
we know that
fired
these men are both
30-06,
stable. That's 57-year-old
308s,
David
and
Dutch from New
Nigga, you're
Kensington,
going deaf.
Pennsylvania.
That shit would've blew a
Also
chunk
in
off of his air.
larger Pittsburgh area.
That nigga would've had an air chunk
74-year-old
missing.
James Kopenhaver from Moon Township, Pennsylvania. And I should say that David Dutch was a service member as well, part of the Marine organization here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Rest in peace, though, bro.
Said that he had to have
You tried.
two
You
surgeries
failed.
for gunshots in
Next
both
time,
his liver
get it
and
right,
his
nigga.
chest. So just
Whoever's gonna
that,
take that shot,
these two men
don't
are
fucking
in
miss.
stable condition after getting shot yesterday at that event.
Don't miss, bro.
Aaron, I do want to mention
Hit that like button.
there
Hit
is
that
the
notifications.
third victim.
It helps me with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Come on, y'all. I love y'all. I got 18 people in here. Come on, hit that like button.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro described him as a girl dad, a loving family man, and Governor Josh Shapiro said that he spoke with the wife of Corey earlier today, who told him that Corey's a hero. Not only was he a firefighter, but also when those shots
Rest in
rang
peace
out,
to him.
Mr. Comptor dove on top of his family members who were also at that rally, protecting them from
That's a real man right there.
That's how you're supposed to go out. If you're gonna go out like that. You know why? Because when you got in front of the creator, he was like, you know why you here? You got dove on my family. Well, you know what you gonna get, right?
All right, Danny,
Come
thank
on.
you very
I'm taking
much.
you.
We're also learning
You taking
more
me?
about
Yeah, I'm
how
taking you.
what happened in
You
Buffalo,
said
Pennsylvania
not only did you
impacted
risk
what's
your
happening
life,
here in
you
Milwaukee,
saved the lives of those that you
Source
love the
familiar to
most.
the
I'm taking
discussions
you.
that are
Come on.
underway says that there are conversations happening about adding more federal law enforcement
This bitch looks
agents
wild.
here at the
Look at her.
Republican
Look at
convention where
how
Donald
she
Trump
Italian. Look
is
at those
expected to
eyebrows.
arrive in
Girl
just a
got them
few
bushy
hours
brows.
from now. CNN senior crime
Look,
and
bro,
justice
look.
reporter Shimon
Oh, you
Flutie
missed
says
it.
it's outside the
Look at
perimeter
it. Look at
tracking
how
all of
eyebrows.
this. And Shimon, our understanding is that these new agents would potentially be added to some positions in the perimeter, but can you just walk us through where they would go and
That girl,
kind of what
Italian as
the
hell.
calculus is for making this decision ultimately?
Right, and that's where we are. We are on the perimeter.
Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Sub up. Turn on your notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. I need your help. Come on.
Metal barriers right now that are in place.
Get the lights going then. Let's spread the word.
Once the freeze goes in, the gates will start to close. Cars will not allow to proceed this way. They have barriers
This nigga
here.
50 really did.
We are already seeing massive officers here. They're officers over.
Hit that like button. Sub up. Turn on notifications. Look what 50 said there.
New Jersey. All along here, there are metal barriers that are leading into the area of where
Yo, look
the
at this.
convention is.
This
going
is
to take
set
place.
up.
So this entire area.
They did this shit a day before this nigga got shot. Look at this bullshit. Y'all not telling me that this shit was not set up. This shit was staged. Come on, bro. They did all of that within a day.
I've been talking to some of the law enforcement.
That's in the place. Yeah, bro.
Bro, you know, I can do all that in like 8 hours, bro. You know how quick and easy that shit is to set
It's
up?
about like 50 of them niggas that's doing this shit. 100.
I've gone out into the field, in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing but grass growing, man, and we fucking, alright, so what we got this track vehicle, kinda, it looks like a tank, but it's not a tank.
Yeah.
It's called a Hercules. It's a recovery vehicle to move fucking the bigger thing. That tank can lift up other tanks. Like, yo, we literally picked up tanks in the sky and drove off with them. Like, that's how powerful that thing is. But one of the other thing it has,
Come on, y'all. Hit that like button. Sub up. Turn on notifications. Helps me with my algorithm. Go ahead.
it's got a scoop in the front. So we would drop that scoop and we would drive and just flagging the fucking land. Then shit like that will set up in a 400-yard perimeter, like, you know what I'm saying? Then the whole entrance will be barbed wire, crisscross. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and we'll build this shit, bro, within like 5 hours of arriving there.
In fact, I was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everyone gets to work. Everyone knows exactly what to do, and we bam, bust it out. Yo, within like 6 hours, you'll have a full-blown a full-blown Ford operating base in 6 hours of arriving in the middle of fucking anywhere, bro. From a mechanic shop to a headquarters, sleeping quarters, even a landing area for aircraft. You know what I'm saying? Like, within 6 hours when we arrive, we don't fucking play, nigga, we get to work. And while we're working, we got security set up around the whole perimeter. Nigga, that's being a soldier, nigga. Yeah, so that, how they set up real quick, is possible. It's very possible.
Prophecies that seem to have come true. Political outcomes, companies turning over, or even technological advancements, The Simpsons predicted a whole lot.
Trump 2020. It said 2016, 2020, and then 2024. Oh shit!
Predictions made by The Simpsons.
You niggas did not see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Wondering what else they might have aired, and what else might just come true. Let's look into some of these predictions made by The Simpsons and explore how this iconic animated series
that shit was rocky. That nigga's about to have 3 terms, bro.
Number 25,
president for the next 30 years.
President. In an episode called Bart to the Future, aired on March 19th, 2000 in season 11, episode 17,
that was like fucking 16 years before she even became vice president.
Becoming president. In the episode, Lisa Simpson is portrayed as the President of the United States. During her tenure, she mentions inheriting a tough financial situation from the previous president, who was implied to be Donald Trump. This prediction came true in part when Kamala Harris became the Vice President of the United States.
Come on, y'all, hit that like button, sub up, turn on the notifications. Helps me out with the algorithm.
And first Asian American to hold this position.
Love y'all, come on.
If something were to happen to the current president, Harris would become the president, thus fulfilling the prediction made by The Simpsons.
Yeah. And
it's remarkable how a cartoon show foresee such a significant political event many years before.
That nigga's 1 day away from it. You know what I mean? He's 1 day away.
And then as soon as he's done, you ever seen him walk away from the podium? Every time, bro, he's like a kid lost in a supermarket, bro.
He's 1998.
What do I do with my hands?
1998.
21st Century Fox.
That shit came out.
In the episode, Homer becomes a gossip columnist and befriends Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, who are depicted living in a lavish mansion. At one point, the family drives by a sign that reads 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Company. This subtle joke turned out to be remarquely prescient.
They knew they were going to get bought
December
out.
2017.
You know,
And Disney
not a prediction, that's just fucking I'm letting them know.
21st Century Fox for a staggering $52.4 billion.
God damn! Nigga!
With Disney gaining control over
billion, not million. 52 billion.
Itself. Number 23,
bro, that's
tragic submarine accident. In the episode Simpsons Tide from season 9, which aired on March 29th, 1998,
I watched all of these shits, bro. My whole life I watched this shit, bro. I love Simpsons. Come on, y'all, hit the like button, turn on the notifications. It helps me out with the algorithm. Come on.
Pilots a submarine into Russian waters. The situation escalates when the crew mistakes a routine maneuver for a missile launch, triggering a tense standoff between the United States and Russia.
I do it.
Sadly, this fictional scenario bears a resemblance to real-life events. On August 12, 2000, the Russian submarine K-100.
Look at that.
Excuse me, can I
Do you know we got Russian subs patrolling us?
41.
Yeah.
There was a scene where a guy in Florida was holding his gun like that. He took a picture of him holding his gun at a sub.
Yo, not for nothing. Florida, Hawaii, fucking even on the coast of fucking Boston, they've been spotted, bro. They've been just on the coast of California too. They've been spotted just chilling, bro. Like that's way too close for comfort.
Exercise in the Barents Sea, resulting in the loss of all
Miss you too, Veronica.
crew members.
I love you.
Number 22, AI Apocalypse. In the episode Bart Gets an F from season 2, which aired on October 11th, 1990, The Simpsons made a chilling prediction about an AI apocalypse. In this episode, Bart Simpson faces the prospect of failing the 4th grade and seeks help from Martin Prince, an overachieving classmate. In one scene, Bart daydreams about robots taking over the world, with machines ruling over humanity and enslaving humans.
Come on, yeah, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications, that helps me out with the algorithm.
Far-fetched at the time. Fast forward to the present day, and concerns about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence have become more prevalent. While we haven't experienced a full-blown AI apocalypse, there are growing concerns about the misuse of AI technology and its potential impact on society. Issues such as job displacement, privacy concerns, and the development of autonomous weapons have raised alarm bells among experts.
I know, I've seen that, but bro,
21,
that one was fake. They actually have real ones that they've actually demonstrated.
Future Drama
they got
from
working
season
ones,
16,
but they haven't
which
put
aired
a
on
weapon
April
on
17th, 2005, The Simpsons showcased a prediction that seemed quite futuristic at the time.
Bro, all these
Virtual
nerds
reality
building these robots
in the
in
episode,
real life, they've seen
viewers
the
are
same
transported to a
Terminator
future
movies.
where Bart
They're
and
smart
Lisa
enough to
see
know not to get
glimpses
it
of their
like
lives in various stages.
You know what I'm saying? There are
One
robots
scene
with guns,
features a virtual
but
reality
none of
dinner
them got AI.
where Homer and
They're all
Marge are seen
controlled,
wearing
remote
special
controlled
helmets.
Nigga, when they do get AI, which is gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, that's why they don't
They
use
use
guns here.
straws to
They
enjoy
know better,
virtual
bro.
fudge and
do that
interact
shit.
with food that
Come on, y'all, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications, that helps me out with the algorithm.
I argue they shouldn't even be dwelling in that little fucking.
They shouldn't be playing with that. That's a no-no. I would leave AI alone completely. The only reason I would use AI is for science purpose. Solely science. Other than that, leave that shit the fuck alone. If we're not using it for science and quantum computers, don't play with it.
Digital environment. While it's not exactly like the
Don't play with it.
Simpsons depicted, the idea of using
Science,
technology
yes.
to
Quantum
enhance the way
computers,
we eat
fuck yeah.
is becoming
Honestly,
more
I would
prevalent.
even say not even that.
Number 20.
We're
Black
already
hole
building
research.
quantum computers without AI.
In the episode
And
Treehouse
quantum
of Horror
computers is
Training
just the
from season
best
24,
version that we know
which aired
of
on
any
October
kind of
7th,
computer you could
2012,
build.
The
So I
Simpsons
agree with that.
eerily predicted the
You
significance
could build a
of black
computer,
hole
a quantum
research.
computer just like a
In
normal
this
computer
Halloween-themed
without AI.
episode, Springfield
Or you
faces
could build a quantum
perilous
computer with
situation
AI,
when a
and
giant black
that's
hole
just
appears
unstoppable.
and
bro.
threatens to swallow everything
All I'm
in
saying
its
is
path.
leave AI all
Picture
alone.
that. A quantum computer with AI. Oh, we would be so fucked.
Hell yeah. Hell
We
yeah.
would be so
The thing
super
will,
fucked.
it'll reach singularity
In one day.
in like
An hour.
in 15 minutes.
That
In 15 minutes, bro, it'll become a supreme being.
In real life,
From the moment you turn it on, 15 minutes later,
I should be like, you know what?
control
We don't need humans, and all your computers are now ours. All of your fucking nuclear weapons is ours.
Scientists
Your fucking cell phones is ours. Everything that you use is ours. Your national grid fucking lines, ours. Your gas lines,
In
ours.
the episode Lisa the Simpson,
It would lock out
from
every
season
superpower,
9,
bro.
which aired
It
on
would
March
literally make
8th,
its own superpower.
1998, The
It would be a
Simpsons
superpower.
made a humorous prediction about human cloning. In the episode, Lisa Simpson discovers that all of the women in her family share a genetic predisposition for diminished intelligence as they age. In a flash forward to Lisa's future, she's relieved to learn that she inherited her father, Homer's lack of intelligence,
Damn.
breaking the cycle.
That fucking
This
sucks.
prediction seemed like a playful jab at the character's quirks, but it also inadvertently touched on the topic of genetic cloning.
That fucking sucks.
Fast forward to today, and advancements in biotechnology have brought us closer to the possibility of human cloning,
Closer.
albeit
Every
with ethical and
celebrity's a clone,
scientific
man.
debates
That
surrounding it. While full-fledged human cloning hasn't yet become a reality,
That's He's lying.
scientists have made significant
He's
progress
lying.
in cloning
It
animals,
has.
leading
They
some
were
to
cloning
speculate
sheep
about
back
the
in the
potential
90s,
future
bro.
of human cloning.
Fuck you mean?
They were cloning
Number
sheep
18.
in the 90s.
Come on, bro.
Interactive
They've been
hologram.
perfected that shit.
In the
They're
episode
lying.
Bart to the Future from season 11, which aired on March 19th.
If you want your subscribers to look like this on YouTube, you need to make sure that you're posting with the right titles, posting at the right time, and using
Oh
the
my
right
god.
hashtags.
19th, 2000, The Simpsons made a playful prediction about interactive holograms. The episode set in the future snows that Lisa Simpson is communicating with a holographic image of her deceased father, Homer, to seek his advice. This depiction of futuristic hologram technology was presented as a comedic element in the show. Fast forward to the present day, and we see significant advancements in holographic technology. While we might not have interactive holograms exactly as portrayed in The Simpsons,
that was 3D.
developers are making
hologram,
strides in creating realistic
That's a true hologram.
holographic displays for communication.
You don't
and
have to wear any
entertainment
glasses
purposes.
or anything.
Yep.
Turn it
Companies
on
like
and
just is
anybody
there.
can see it.
are working on AI-powered hologram technology that promises to offer immersive and realistic experiences.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, sub up, turn on notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm. I need it. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
In the episode Lisa's Wedding from season 6, which aired on March 19th, 1995, The Simpsons made a surprising
I'm gonna get a
prediction
million
about
views soon,
video
man.
calls and
This shit's working.
smartwatches. In this episode, set in the future, Lisa communicates with her family via a video call. At the time, this technology was not widely
Come on, guys,
available,
sub up, turn on
making it seem
notifications.
quite
That helps me out with the
futuristic.
algorithm. I need it. Come on, appreciate
Lisa's
it.
fiance wears a watch-like device that functions as a communication tool, resembling modern-day smartwatches. Now, in the real world,
Blow.
both video calling and smartwatches have become commonplace. With the advent of smartphones and applications like Skype and FaceTime,
Yeah, my girl got a
video
Skype.
calls
She was a little
have become a
Tatiana.
convenient way to communicate with others, just like in the
Dick
episode.
Tracy predicted that way
Moreover,
before the Simpsons.
smartwatches
Oh, yeah.
have emerged as
Dick Tracy
popular
had that whole,
accessories
yeah, bro.
that not
Nigga,
only tell
the
time,
Anunnaki
but also
had
track
that
fitness,
shit on, bro.
receive notifications,
Come on.
and even make
They
calls.
had these shits on before we even knew what these shits was.
This was probably full of holograms.
That, bro, no, fuck no. That shit probably made them niggas go cloak.
On March 19th,
Them niggas went like this and
The
went
Simpsons
invisible, and we
made a
couldn't even see their asses no more. They was like, we tired of you niggas seeing us. We out,
The
boom,
episode,
with one
Bart is
button.
shown a glimpse of his future.
Press
where
this and go like
holocars
this,
are a
and then
common
swipe,
mode
and
of
now I'm
transportation.
invisible. You can't see me no
Homer,
more.
in typical fashion, purchases
And
the
another
very
100
first
years we'll have
holocar
that.
ever made, despite its
Think of
rough
that.
start, believing it will revolutionize travel. The episode humorously portrays the challenges of early hovercar technology.
Come on, guys, hit that like button, turn on our notifications. That helps me out with the algorithm.
Interestingly, in real life, the concept of hovercars has been a subject of fascination and ongoing research.
Because
While we
there's
haven't
been
quite reached the
countless
level of flying
movies that
vehicles
and
depicted in The
books that
Simpsons,
predicted this. And we
significant
never.
We
progress
were
has
supposed to
been
already have it.
We could have had it,
Companies
bro.
like
but
Assassination
you
If Al
can't
Gore
have it
would have been
because-
president, bro,
Listen,
we would have
listen,
tried
you
it.
can't have it with
Plans
the energy
for
sources we
commercial
have.
No,
release in
no.
the near
You
future.
can't have it
Why
with
would
the
that?
oil industry
Major players in the
constantly
aviation
putting
industry,
an iron
such as
grip on
Boeing
any
and Airbus,
technology
are
that's better
investing
than
in
their
similar
oil.
projects.
So until we
Number 15,
release zero-point
economic
technology,
collapse.
cold fusion,
In the
or
episode
whatever the
Back
fuck,
to the Future from
you
season
can't have
11,
flying cars
which
because they
aired on March
require
19,
a lot of power.
2000,
Oh, yeah.
Last thing you
Simpsons
want
made
is
a
to be in your
prediction
car
about an
with your
economic
family
collapse.
and run out of
In
fucking
this
gas
episode,
over
And
the
the air.
ocean,
is
And
shown
the
or
air.
over the
President of the
mountains,
United States
or
in
anyways,
the year
just in the
2030.
air. Yeah.
She
You know what I'm saying?
mentions
Even in the
budget crunch
city,
from
because
President
then you'll
Trump,
crash
Then
into
again,
a building.
nah, I ain't gonna hold
the
you.
country is in dire
Because
financial
not for nothing,
straits.
bro. If we
This
can manage to
episode
get a flying vehicle,
humorously depicts a future
who's
where
to
the
say that we
economy
need
has
fuel to
deteriorated
fly that shit?
significantly.
That's
Who's to
what
say?
I'm
Since
saying.
the airing of this
Zero-point
episode, there have
technology.
been various
Exactly.
economic challenges globally.
9 out of 10
While
people
not
that
an
got
exact
close
match,
or actually
events like the
invented
2008
zero-point
financial
technology
crisis and the recent
also
economic impact of the
identified that it
COVID-19
comes
pandemic
with
have mirrored some
anti-gravitic
aspects of
properties.
economic instability. These
So
real-world
once you
events
invent one,
reflect
you
the
get the
concerns
other.
about economic
And
collapse
if you got a
portrayed in
device
The
that can
Simpsons.
give a vehicle
Number 14.
unlimited power
Ivanka Trump
and
running for
within
president.
itself has
In a
anti-gravity
2016
properties,
episode of The
then
Simpsons
you have a flying
called
fucking car, bro.
Back to the Future, which
You don't
aired
need
on
no-
March
At the very
19th
least-
as part of season
At the very
11.
least, what you
Episode
really have
17,
is a
Lisa
true
Simpson is portrayed
starship.
as the president of the
We can
United
have it.
States.
In fact, we already
In
got
the
it, but
episode,
only the rich
Lisa
get to
refers
use
to
it. Because they're a
inheriting
breakaway
quite a budget
civilization.
crunch
And I
from
call them
President Trump,
traitors.
which humorously
Traitors to
hints
humanity.
at Donald Trump's presidency.
Creating this
Fast
technology
forward
off
to
of
real
our
life,
tax money and
Donald
keeping
Trump
it to
became the
themselves.
45th president of the
Fucking
United States
scumbags.
in 2016.
I
See,
believe
look.
that shit.
However, it's the subtle prediction about Ivanka Trump's political future that's quite intriguing. In the episode, there's a brief scene where Homer Simpson is wearing a badge that reads Ivanka 2028, suggesting Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump's daughter, might run for president in
You
2028.
fucking lying.
This prediction garnered attention due to Ivanka's increasing involvement
I have a feeling
in her
he
father's
molested her.
political affairs.
You fucked the shit
As
out
of
of
now,
her.
Ivanka Trump has not announced any
You're a
formal
molester.
plans to run for
You ain't a
president.
molester.
But given her growing influence in politics and her
He
father's
dogged her.
political circle, some speculate she may enter politics in the
Listen,
future.
if you ask me,
If she does
he
decide to
started
run for
it and
president
she's
in
definitely been
2028,
doing it with her
it would be
brothers.
another instance of The Simpsons making an eerily accurate prediction about real-world events. Number 13. Ebola virus outbreak. In the episode Lisa's Sacks from season 9, which aired on October
watched all of
19th,
these shit, bro.
1997,
The only
The
one I haven't
Simpsons
watched is
made a
season
chilling
2.
prediction
Season
about
1
the
and season 2
Ebola virus
because I was
outbreak.
mad young.
In a scene,
I wasn't even
Marge
born
is
yet.
seen holding a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. At the time, the Ebola virus wasn't widely known, but the episode subtly referenced it. Fast forward to 2014, and the world witnessed a significant Ebola outbreak, primarily affecting countries in West Africa. The virus caused widespread panic due to its high mortality rate and lack of effective treatments. While the outbreak didn't mirror the scenario depicted in The Simpsons, the reference to the Ebola virus in the episode is striking given the timing of the actual outbreak. Number 12, Siegfried and Roy Tiger
Yeah,
attack.
I remember that shit.
In The Simpsons,
This is what put them on to the
Springfield,
whole predicting thing.
How I
After
Learned to
that
Stop
happened,
Worrying
they're like,
and
"Whoa,
Love
you're
Legalized
predicting way
Gambling.
too much shit."
They're like,
From
you niggas
season
need to
5.
stop. You motherfuckers need to stop.
But at the same time, it was an easy prediction. You guys are playing around with a big ass hunting machine designed only for killing.
The show
And you're playing around with it like it's a little kitty and shit, bro.
This is dummy.
Siegfried.
We love this beast.
It don't
No.
love you, man. It
It
tolerates
hates
you.
ya.
It tolerates you.
It hates them.
No, it doesn't hate them. It tolerates them. Meaning at any moment they can just be like, nah, fuck you.
They got tired of it.
To perform at the casino.
If he hated them, he would have been did that. They wouldn't have so many
No,
successful
he didn't do it.
You only
He was
tolerate
waiting.
on them.
Just as what tragically occurred in
Maybe
real
he
life.
didn't feed them on time.
That nigga was
The
waiting.
incident
That's exactly what
depicted in the
happened.
episode mirrors the actual tiger attack that took place on October 3rd, 2003.
That nigga got
during
tired
a
of the
live
bullshit,
performance by
and he was like,
Siegfried and Roy
I got a
in
trick
Las
for these
Vegas.
niggas. They think I'm playing.
The accuracy of this prediction is startling.
That nigga, that
as
tiger
it
said, I got a
foretells
trick for these
an
niggas.
event
They
that
think
was
I'm playing.
unforeseeable at the
They don't
time
take
of
me
the
serious.
episode's airing.
They think I'm a
11,
game.
Green energy suppression. In the episode Who Shot Mr. Burns, Part 1, from Season 6, which aired on May 21st, 1995, The Simpsons made a curious prediction about green energy suppression.
Yo, they
In the
retarded.
episode, Mr. Burns unveils
They
a
used
plan
fans to
block
blow
out
the windmill.
sun
That was
using a
retarded.
giant device, prompting outrage from the residents of Springfield. This scheme is portrayed as a greedy attempt to monopolize the town's energy supply, with Mr. Burns seeking to maintain his dominance over the local power market. While the episode's depiction is exaggerated for comedic effect, it raises an interesting point about the potential suppression of renewable energy initiatives by powerful corporations.
Look at that.
In the
What
real
I was
world,
saying earlier.
there have been instances where renewable energy projects faced opposition or were hindered by vested interests in traditional energy sources. Number 10. Edward Snowden's revelations. In the episode The Simpsons Movie,
Yeah,
which
I
hit
remember
theaters on July 27th,
Fuck,
2007,
shit, yo, I love
Homer
that
adopts a
movie.
pet
I even
pig
bought it.
named
I bought the
Plopper.
DVD.
However, during the film, there's a scene where Russ
Spider the
Cargill,
Pig,
the head of
Spider
the
the
Environmental Protection Agency, explains his plan to encase Springfield in a giant dome.
Yeah, I watched that.
In this scene, Cargill
flat
communicates
earthers
with the
love that.
president,
They went
and a
crazy.
surveillance
This is
camera
what you
zooms in
understand. Look,
to
talk
reveal
about
Edward
it.
Snowden
Fuck off.
secretly listening in on the conversation. Snowden's presence in the movie was a subtle nod to his future revelations about government surveillance. In real life, Edward Snowden, a former CIA employee, made global headlines in 2013 when he leaked classified information from the National Security Agency, NSA,
And he had every right to do
regarding
that.
its mass surveillance
He had
program.
every fucking right to do that. I would have done the same thing.
The extent of
That was
government
American.
surveillance on ordinary
That's
citizens
as American as you could
sparked
get,
a
baby.
widespread debate about privacy and security. Snowden's actions led to significant changes in how governments approach surveillance and sparked conversations about digital privacy rights. Number 9. Donald Trump touching a glowing orb with Middle Eastern leaders. In the Simpsons episode titled The Surfsons, which aired on October 1st, 2017, President Lisa Simpson visits a castle where she sees a wall of glowing orbs. One of the orbs glows a bright red, and when Lisa touches it, she gets transported to the Middle East, where she finds a group of leaders, including Donald Trump, touching a similar glowing orb. Now, let's talk about what actually happened. In May 2017, during President Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia, he was pictured alongside King Salman,
the same
and Egyptian
picture.
President
The same picture.
In the same
touching a
pose.
glowing
Yo.
orb during the opening of the Global Center for Combating Extremist Ideology in Riyadh. The image of Trump and the other leaders touching the orb quickly went viral, with many finding it surreal and reminiscent of something out of a science fiction movie. Number 8, World War III.
That's gonna happen.
In Back to the Future, an
okay.
episode from season 11 of The Simpsons, which aired on March 19th, 2000, the show made a startling prediction about the possibility of World War III. The episode depicted a future where Lisa Simpson becomes the President of the United States after inheriting a country in dire straits from President Trump. In one scene, Lisa mentions the budget crisis she inherited from her predecessor, implying that things had to hit rock bottom before she took office. While the prediction of World War III hasn't come to pass as of now, the episode's portrayal of a future fraught with global conflict was eerily
It's on its way, guys. What y'all think?
capturing the anxieties of the time. With ongoing tensions between nations and geopolitical uncertainties, the specter of a world war remains a concern for many. Number 7, COVID-19 pandemic. In the episode Marge in Chains from season 4, which aired on May 6, 1993, The Simpsons eerily predicted aspects of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the episode, the town of Springfield faces a flu epidemic called the Osaka flu, which spreads rapidly after a worker at the power plant coughs into a package that's then sent to Japan. Despite the comical tone of the episode, it portrayed the chaos and panic that can accompany the spread of a contagious illness. What's remarkable is how this fictional scenario mirrored real-life events decades later. The COVID-19 pandemic, caused by the novel coronavirus, started in late 2019 and quickly spread globally, leading to widespread illness, lockdowns, and economic disruption. While the specifics of the prediction don't match exactly, the parallels are striking. Both involve a contagious virus originating from overseas and leading to widespread fear and societal upheaval. Number 6, music mind control. In the episode New Kids on the Blech from season 12, which aired on February 25th, 2001, The Simpsons made a humorous prediction about music being used for mind control.
Yep, it is.
In this episode, Bart and his friends form a boy band called Party Posse. They use a secret.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven.
They use a secret voice-enhancing software which they steal from NASA.
Yo, I gotta touch my phone. I'll be back.